Hello and welcome back to City Skylines in the city of Damascus. And today we are finally using the new hotels and retreats and adding a new range of hotels to the whole city so we can capitalize on the money that tourists will bring to us. So let's get into it. There is a lot of things to do today. That is not all that we'll do. We'll do a little bit more because otherwise that'll be a very quick episode. So what I want to do as well is work on this area and start working on the transition to the low density in here. I think the transition will be very simple and very fast. I might even I don't know, I think we can use commercial in this side to do it. I thought about using the new Brooklyn and Queens buildings in here. I think that might be alright if we just do high density alongside this road or close by, and then everything is just low density, because then there is no Brooklyns and Queens buildings for the low density. So I believe that will work. I'll try that. If that doesn't work, we use more commercial to make that happen. Now we will also go through the city and look at our hotels in here and see where we have like some areas where we could, for example, get a big bonus on these and utilize those buildings. Some areas, the budget hotels or the 1 and 2 star hotels would make more sense, especially around here, for example, where we need, let's see what we need here. Need a little bit of everything really. So we can go take a look at what we have in here. As you can see, we have a little bit of everything in this area. So I might use this over here. Also have to fix this. I don't know what happened there, but we'll go back and fix that as well. And yeah, we'll go around, make sure that we get all this sorted. There are some areas that will work quite well for us, and we'll make good use of those. And we'll also have I think one might be enough, but 1 or 2 of the 5-star buildings in the city, and we will find an area where that works as well. So the way I'll go about this, I will start with this area, and I'll at least get some road layout. Then I will do some of the hotels around the city, and I'll go back and do the zoning and services while the city actually figure themselves out. I also noticed that we are having some issues. We don't have oil. By the way, I did some changes in here and I just added this row of oil pumps because we were not having enough oil in the city or in the area. Another thing that I noticed was that we were allowing exportation of oil instead of sending that to local tanks. That's the word I'm looking for. And over here, we are not exporting as well, so it's all good. Everything that we produce should go into the city. There'll be some time for this to just balance a little bit, but I think as we wait, this will happen naturally. So it's just a matter of waiting for things to happen. Really, hopefully this will fix very soon. But yeah, done that, and I'll work on this. I'll add the hotels, and I'll also keep an eye on other things, make sure that we have some little things sorted out, like for example, if we have enough coverage for death care, although I think we've now sorted that out. If we look at this, we might have, we have hearse coming in here, another one going there, and that is one just arriving over here. So that is not a problem at all, but I'll keep an eye on things like that. I'll let you know when we are back on the changes that happened, and I will show you all the hotels that I've added as well. What I might do in a few areas, I might add a hotel and then we look at what Like, let me show you what I mean by that. As you know, we have, for example, for this one, we need a little bit of tourism, a little bit of shopping, and a lot of business. So we can add a few more zoning around it if we need, just to make it perform a little bit better. So that's what I'll do. And I will do a speed build and I'll be right back. Alright, so while we wait for this area to grow up and become more connected to the rest of the things, I'll just show you what I've done there in terms of zoning. As you can see, it's mostly residential, a little bit of commercial around the park in there. We do have some offices in this area. I think with the demand that we have at the moment, it is good to provide some sort of jobs around here that will help us out a little bit. And I did the high density over here, did a little bit of mixed buildings or zoning in there, just to make a transition a little bit more natural as this grows. So hopefully this will look alright when it finishes growing. But the main thing is in regards to our hotels. So let's see where we have it. A little bit of an overview. Oh, that'd be really hard to provide any overview whatsoever, especially that some buildings will only show up in some what's that called, overlays. That's the word I'm looking for. So what we can do is start over here, right? We are next to the Central Park. I've added this boat hotel, and I've actually had to do some interesting things in here. So this has this huge ramp in there. I end up adding this tunnel entrance in here and adding a botanical museum that comes from the Africa Content Creator Pack in there. And I think that looks awesome, to be honest. I like that botanical garden. And this will help this area with the sightseeing, which we didn't need, but I wanted something to cover the entrance for this ramp. This wasn't looking good, especially this big cliff that we have in here. So I've added in there. I've also added this other hotel, which is the Old Inn. As you can see, both of them are all high capacity, almost with all the guests in there. And we do have sightseeing, shopping, and nature, or is that? Yeah, nature location. And this is basically the same, but they are a little bit different ranges in there. And we had this space, couldn't build anything in here as well. So I said, well, might as well use this space for another hotel, which has a really good view from there, if I might say so myself. Now, we can also go in here and tweak this a little bit. If you saw my previous video about how to make money with the hotels and the retreats, you see that we have pretty good popularity in here. We could change the pricing from 52 to, let's say, 53. This should give us a little bit more, 1855. We could even go a little bit further and move like 54, and we have to wait the week, and this goes to 1890 or 1836, so which is not so good. So we reduce a little bit further back and we get like as much as we can in here, which is 53. The same thing we would do for the boat hotel. So at the moment we have, by the way, on everything we have a total profit of 13,000 per week, which is fantastic. Every single one is actually providing some profit. Popularity is all 100%, with the exception of those two. We can take a look at that. and see if we can do anything to make that better. But I don't think that's a major problem. But we could go in here. 3040 is how much we're making. And if we wait until the end of the week, this changed to 3075, which is pretty good. I think I'll leave it like this. Let's take a look at the other ones. Let's see the ones that has like less popularity. This one needs a little bit more shopping. And if we look around here, this is Strawberry Park, this is the Pointer, and this is the Colossalus Park or Colossalus Hills in here as well. And we could have more shopping. How are we doing with everything else? We do have quite a lot of business popularity and sightseeing. So what we could do is change some of these locations in here. Let me see one thing. Okay, this is level 3. I wonder what changed in there, because I was pretty sure that we had that in there. But we could change some of these business locations or some of the residential or a business or commercial density in there. This should give us enough. We can see that the business didn't go down, so we still have as much as we need in there. Now we just need to wait for this to build and see how much this will increase for us. And then hopefully this will give us a little bit more popularity for this. I would love to get them all in 100%. And if we can't, we can't. That's the way it is. Ooh, 49. That's good enough for me. Let's take a look at the next one. This one is actually kind of bad. Oh, interesting. I had this as maximum everything short while ago. So now it's not good enough. If we look at this is the 5-star hotel. We need a lot of businesses around, and we need a lot of sightseeing as well. We should have, a lot of business around that. We do need some shopping. We have enough shopping in here. I might replace some of these with offices to see if I get the right zoning in there, just to see how this actually works out. Sorry for everyone that has to leave their jobs. That wasn't the intention there, but I think that was my mistake. Instead of replacing those, this was residential. Instead of replacing with businesses, I've replaced with shopping. So that would explain a little bit on what happened in there. I could try to do this in here as well and see how do we go about it. Well, now we have 17. That is not that good. I will bring this back to shopping and see how that goes. Oh, look at how many people were working in here. Now they're making a mess of a traffic in here. Yeah, they'll sort that out very, very soon. So we now have to wait this to get built. Oh, there we go. I think we now have a balance again. Fantastic. That's the Lux Hotel. We can also create a new event. Let's do a press conference that'll bring even more people to the city. And by the way, I don't know if I show you the location of this. This is near the industrial park, kind of close to everywhere that we were before in here. And I think this fits quite well in there. And I've done something else in here. The tunnel goes under the hotel in there. I think that would look quite cool, and I think it does look quite cool. And then I managed to get a little bit more space to fit this hotel in here, and now I'm finally happy with this corner in here that I wasn't before. So really good. In total, we have 7 hotels in the city. Oh, everyone with 100% now. Fantastic. We have the boat hotel. I showed you that. We have 2 old inns, and one is next to the boat hotel, and I've done another one. What is that? I think this is... Oh, next to the D-Land. Yeah, there was a really good space for that. We didn't have any hotels in here as well, so that is pretty good. And finally, rental cabin. I do have one, and this is next to the university in this area that we have in here. I think this is kind of a nice area in there. They can enjoy the park at the back and have easy access to the university if they want to. Look how popular it is. So again, making 13,000 or so with this. Really happy with the hotels that we have, which help us obviously make even more money. There we go. This is how much weekly income we are having. Interesting that it's showing us that we're making profit, but here we are not. Unless I have no idea why it's... things don't match in there. But that's all right. Just having like a quick look at the income that we have. Obviously, we get more from high density, especially with realistic population. This is quite expected. Commercial, level 3 and high density as well. Industrial and offices, more from level 3, almost all level 3 to be honest, just a few level 2, which is really good as well. Offices, kind of the same situation. A little bit from farming for us. We don't have specialized zoning for ore and oil, so that's all good. Financial, IT cluster, very good. And money from industrial, as you know, this goes up and down. Where we expect to see more money coming are the warehouse, and it goes up and down really. So we are making more money than expanding. That's good. Education, so universities, both universities making a lot of money. Awesome. Like this is potentially what's making us survive. Profit for public transportation, that is really non-existent. So happy with how it is. And tourism, yeah, making a lot more money with tourism now that we have hotels. As you can see, this adds quite a lot, almost double the income, at least from the public transportation, it doubles. So that is really good, and we are not making money with road tolls. So, okay, this shows you what's happening there. For that new area that we've done, still growing. It'll probably take a while as there is a lot of zoning in here. Like this is a lot of zoning. As you can see, things like commercial, they are all done. So we have all filled up, and the offices, yeah, oh man, names. They're all in there as well. It's just the residential that needs to fill a little bit more, but that's normal. That will take its time. And oh, one thing that I want to show you is education. We are still on the red for the elementary schools, so I've added those 2 high density in here. We are on yellow now for the high school, so just that one in there. And we still have a little bit of space in here, but as you can see, this is full. This is full, so quite interesting to see how much education we need. Also, I've done the tiny a metro entrance in here for the metro station, and this station is just lovely. I really like that. I just feel like I should have some concrete in here instead of what we currently have in there. Let me see. Yeah, I think that will look slightly better. We do have zoning in here, so I expect a building to grow in there. Although the zoning, this zoning is not on this road, it's on this one, so it's never going to happen. So, you know what we have in here. We'll look for our deer planters and find our 3-1. And so I'll get in there. Yeah, not messed up. And we can definitely, it's not exactly what I wanted. I want, well, maybe we get that 3 in the middle of the road there and move it around here, just so we cover that a little bit as well. But yeah, as this grows, I'll add like trees in the middle of the area, like in here, and obviously make sure that it's not on top of the buildings, but just making sure that we detail things around and that they look good. So I'll do that for a little bit, and then I will actually just show you a little bit of cinematics in this area and everything that we built. I might do a fence around this already, as we're not having anything there. We will have to think about how we actually cross this area, because at the moment I didn't leave anything ready for that, so that'll be a bit of a change in there in the near future, but we will do this. So for now, what I have to say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this episode. Now that we have all our hotels and retreats, we will add more along the way, as we do, like for example with the bank. Now we always have banks around. One thing that I missed in here before we go is just the post office. We do have one in there. I could add an extra one in here, to be honest, and I'll do that. I think they'll be very happy about this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have questions about the new, the final expansion on City Skylines before we get to see City Skylines 2, oh, I'm so excited about that. But I'm very happy with how the final DLC comes out and what it is. Actually, I think it adds quite a lot, helps a lot with income, and hopefully this helps you as well. But keep sending your comments, your suggestions. This expansion into a more low density area on this site that we're building, this was one of the suggestions as well, and I'm all for it. So keep that coming. Let me know if you have comments about the DLC or any of the content creator pack that came with that as well, and or about the free expansion, and I'll try my best to answer you all of that. But thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye.